Hi guys, this is a video about looking down at your gears when you are driving. We really need to get into the habit of feeling into the gear stick, using your hand to feel where the gear stick is, using the palming technique so you get used to hitting the wall on the left for first and second, operating in the middle for third and fourth, and then hitting the wall on the right for 5 and 6. Yeah, it needs to be done by feeling. Looking down at your gear stick is not particularly useful anyway. On the occasions that my students maybe stop in traffic and then look down to check their gear, often we're in third and they look down and they go, yep, that's first. It's very difficult to know where the gear stick is unless you're feeling the wall anyway. If your gear stick is up high, are you in first, third or fifth? How can you really tell, really? Like, the space in between those gears is very small anyway. And then if your gear stick is down, are you in second, fourth or sixth? Again, really difficult to visually check that. But if you get into the habit of using your hand and feeling the walls and understanding where the walls of the gear stick is, yeah, then you know which gear you're in. So strongly recommend learning the palming technique. Yeah, I'll link my video below to the palming technique. It's really, really useful. If you are in the habit of looking down at your gears, you are literally driving blind. You are literally driving without looking at the road for however long it takes you to check your gear. So if you're looking at your gear stick for like 2 seconds, you may as well just be blindfolded as you drive. Yeah, so you need your accompanying driver to keep an eye on where the curb is or whether the traffic in front of you is stopped. Yeah, or there's something happening at the roundabout or the complex junction. Yeah, now I appreciate that when you're driving you need to check the mirrors and you need to look at your speedometer, and all those things can also be really bad. If you look at them for too long, you are also driving blind. If you're going to look away from the road, it needs to be snapshots. If my students look in the interior mirror for too long, then we start to veer off. If the student looks at the speedometer for too long or on a bend, we're starting to veer off. If we're looking down at the gears for too long, problems can happen. Yeah, so if you are a student who's going to look at your gears, it needs to be a snapshot. Try not to do it at all. Try and learn how to feel into it. Feel it with your hand rather than doing a visual check. It's not actually useful anyway. Lots of people will guess the wrong gear by a visual check anyway. They'll be like, oh yeah, that's first, when it's actually third, or vice versa. So yeah, try and do it by hand, yeah, because you are driving blind. You're not actually looking at the road at all if you're looking down.